this is a mistake we see out here in San Francisco time and time again. Stop me if you've heard this story, Brandon. Oh, I'm going to hire my VP out of Oracle, Salesforce, LinkedIn, Microsoft, because they know how to do this thing. And then that person comes in and has one half of the skill set that they need. And they put your organization in a position where it's like, oh, you're not making the right quantitative data driven decisions. You're running a playbook that's not right for you. And having good operations and good process and an understanding of the data really gives you defense against that as an earlier stage company.
Yeah, I mean, I think you pick apart something really important there too, Richard, because the big company sales operations people have come up through a system that was really built in order to move slow and create the right controls around a massively growing sales team, right? They're trying to sort of put some controls around this massive success they've seen. But especially if you're an earlier stage company, you need to be thinking about how your sales operations organization is thinking scrappy, right? I've had the opportunity to run sales ops in the past in my career, and the best people I've found actually came from the sales team, but had this sort of quantitative and technical chops along with them that made them feel a little awkward, doing selling all day, right? But they're like, I love helping the team. And so they're able to come out of that sales function, have a lot of empathy for what it takes to be a good salesperson, but then bring alongside some world-class tools that are going to help them to be successful and build a process where the rubber meets the road with each one of those tools. Right? It's not like, hey, we're now at the corporate level using this one, email automation tool, and now everybody has to use it. But they're really looking at how do they work that into the process of their sales team day in and day out.
And I think that's something that we've seen across, and Modern Sales Pros has a ton of amazing operations people, but the ones that are truly iconic, that really get it, view themselves as a sales acceleration tool.
That's
What
right.
processes, what roadblocks can I remove? And this actually comes to bear in the CRM. And you can find this out by talking to somebody about this. Well, that field has to be in there. Okay, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But like, is it there because it has to be there, or is it there because it makes your life a little bit easier but makes an undue amount of work on the sales team? And that distinction and that empathy, and empathy is a great word for that, that empathy with the sales team is really, really important. And I think we've seen this. IT is actually a fun analogy for this. Back when I cut my teeth in IT was like an egg. Nothing got out. But then once it cracked, it spilled everywhere. And IT's transition, right? IT at big companies is hopefully more agile. But it's the same thing, Brandon. I think it's a great analogy with ops where it's like your role is to really help remove barriers, accelerate this process, help your team make data informed decisions with a high degree of empathy for what you need, what they need, and then what you need to do to support your broader business objectives, whether it's reporting or otherwise.